Today, we're creating shapes in Adobe Illustrator. Even the most complex artwork hanging in museums can all be broken down into simple shapes. We are going to work with these simple shapes and then build upon those with more skills in Adobe Illustrator later. All these shapes are located in the Tools panel. Be on the lookout for a small triangle. That means there are hidden menus. You can discover these hidden menus by clicking and holding your mouse on the Tool button. Here you can see a simple click and hold, and there's all of our shape options. Once you've clicked a tool, it will turn a darker shade of gray. Your cursor will also turn into a crosshair. This means a shape tool has been selected. It's important to know the difference between the different cursor symbols, as this can let you complete your artwork faster. Shape number 1, the rectangle tool. Once it's selected, simply click and drag on your artboard. You will see a bounding box that appears around the outside of the shape. This lets you know that this shape is actively selected. Sizing handles are the white boxes that are at the corners and in between on the edges of a bounding box. You can click and drag these to resize your image. Corner widgets allow you to edit the corners. They look like little circles just on the inside of the corner. Remember, the white square is the sizing handle, and the circle on the inside is the corner widget. Even though the crosshair symbol is still on your cursor, you can still use all handles and widgets. You have options with the corner widgets. Whenever you click and drag a corner widget towards the center of the shape, you are now rounding out the corners. If you double click on the widget, it opens a new menu. There are 4 different corner buttons you can select with the options of round, inverted, or chamfer. Here we're selecting the rectangle tool. Click and drag to make our shape. Sizing handles. And our corner widget. You'll notice the arc next to the cursor. Double click. And then in the new menu, we have 4 buttons. Each one correlates to a corner. You have the rounded, inverted, and chamfer options. Each corner can be independent. You can still go back and drag to adjust the corner widgets. Shape number 2, ellipse. The term ellipse is just a closed oval or circular shape. It's also located in the hidden menu underneath the rectangle. Remember, you have to click and hold to access the menu. Your cursor will look like a crosshair since you have a shape tool selected, and simply click and drag to create your circle or oval. Since there are no corners, you are not going to have any corner widgets. Use the sizing handles to resize your shape like normal. Let's grab our ellipse tool and click and drag to create multiple shapes. Remember, the crosshairs means that the tool stays active and we can make multiple shapes. Sizing handles, and no corner widgets. Number 3, polygons. A polygon is a shape with 5 or more straight sides and angles. It's also located in the hidden menu under the rectangle. It has a similar bounding box and handles like we've seen in other shapes, but polygons have 1 corner widget. If you double click on the corner widget, you'll find a menu. From there, you can pick the number of sides you want on your shape. Let's select our polygon tool and click and drag like normal. Now if we click on the 1 corner widget, double click, and in the new menu we can decide how many sides you want for your polygon. You can use the slider or the up and down arrows. What happens if you drag the corner widget of a polygon all the way to the middle? With our polygon tool, let's make our shape. Grab that corner widget and pull inwards. We have a perfect circle. Number 4, stars. The stars tool is also located in the hidden menu, and technically they are a type of polygon. Stars have no corner widgets. Double click anywhere on the inside of the star to open a new menu. From there, you can change the number of points of the star and the radius settings. Let's take a look. Let's click and hold to grab our star tool, click and drag to make our shape, and then we'll double click on the inside and change our number of points. Click OK, and it actually makes a copy of the shape, so we need to select it and move it to the side. Making another star. This time we're going to edit the radius settings, and again it will make a copy that we can move to the side. As you see, the radius settings make the star spikier. Number 5, line segments. A line segment is a line with 2 endpoints. It is also located in the hidden menu. To make a line segment, simply click and drag. You can angle these lines, but they will always be straight. Don't forget that the tool will remain active until you pick another one, so you can make as many lines as you like. For this section, pay close attention to which lines are actively selected. Click and drag to create your lines. They will always be straight, even if you draw them at different angles. You still have your sizing handles that you can use to rotate and change the length of your lines. If you notice, I tried to click the sizing handle of an already made line, and it did not work. Clicking the center of an already made line also didn't work. Only when the line is already activated can you click the center to move the line as a whole, and click the sizing handles to rotate it or change its length. Are the handles and widgets difficult to see? Go to this menu under the Edit menu and move the slider as needed. Just don't forget a special point. If you have the maximum size handles and widgets, they can interfere whenever you're making more complex designs in the future. Just something to keep in mind. Edit, Preferences, Anchor Display, and there's your slider. Maximum size, OK. And now our corner widgets and our sizing handles are larger. When you need to access your shape buttons quickly, you can actually put them in their own separate floating toolbar. Just click the tiny arrow on the very edge of the hidden menu, and then you can click and drag the floating toolbar wherever you want it. Click and hold to open our menu. Click the little triangle, and there's your floating toolbar. Click and drag wherever is convenient for you, and now you quickly have all of your shape tools within reach. Extra information. If you need to completely move a shape that you have made, click the anchor point in the center of the shape. It looks like a dot. Don't forget that your cursor will have an arc next to it. That means that you're ready to use your corner widget. If you try pulling inwards without that arc next to your cursor, it won't work. Here's our shape. There's the arc next to my cursor, so I can use the corner widgets. And make sure you hover over the exact spot where the anchor point is, and you should have that square next to your cursor. There's the square, and move. Are you looking to make perfect angles or perfect shapes? Hold down the Shift key on either side of your keyboard while drawing circles, rectangles, and lines. With the segment tool, it will snap the line to 0, 45, or 90 degrees. Let's take a look. Here's a regular rectangle. Holding Shift, we have a perfect square. Next, with our ellipse tool, we have an oval. And holding Shift, we have a perfect circle. And last is going to be our line segment tool. Regular click and drag. Now holding Shift, when you click and drag, it will snap to 0, 45, and 90 degrees. Now you are a pro with Adobe Illustrator shapes. See you next time.